All right, Hacksters, how's it going? It's been a while since I did a Mailbag Monday, but I've been doing a lot of pre-edited videos and all kinds of other stuff, squaring things away, wrapping projects up. And for once, I actually don't have anything else in the queue, so I'm very excited to dig into some stuff that I've had floating around on my desk for the last few months. Probably even longer. Some of these even longer. I think one of these at least is at least like a year old. But yeah, so we're gonna dig into some fun artwork with NFC tags. We're going to take a look at some new magazines, and we're also going to maybe solder some stuff together. We'll have a look. But tell me in the comments if you're especially excited about any of those things, and we'll dig in extra hard. Okay, so first up, the things that I have to show you. Well, a couple of weeks ago, I did this stream with an open source Valentine and Mailbag, just expressing sort of my love for open source and how awesome the community is, and dug into, for example, this new board from Alpenglow Circuits called the Coin Cell Power Board. And maybe I'll actually start out with that because I covered really quickly this USB-C replacement for a coin cell battery holder, and I wanted to show you that again really quick because we might solder it together today. So we got some other cool stuff on here that you can already see, but here is the coin cell power board I showed you before. And so this is from Alpenglow. It replaces the coin cell in any badge that you might be having and want to replace that with something that's renewable, so you don't have to throw away a ton of CR2032 coin cell batteries. Instead, you can power it off of a LiPo, or you can power it with like or you can tell it to provide 5 volts, I think. Yeah, or 3 volts. Um, and which is the same as what a coin cell would give you. And that way, if you're a badge creator, you can test a bunch of badges. You can actually daisy chain these together, for example, for a display. I've seen them do that at Maker Faire. It worked really nicely. And that way you can have all these blinkies going and not have to replace a ton of batteries all the time. Anyway, so the other thing that was sort of an exclusive that I don't know if Carrie has even revealed yet. At the time, it was the first public appearance. This is the sort of counterpart to that. It is, instead of soldering on a battery holder, you put this on, and it's a USB-C adapter. So one of them replaces the battery. This one replaces the battery holder when you're soldering the whole thing together. And I didn't notice that actually this kit, which is so cute, this is one of Alpenglow's kits, which I'll pull up in a second, actually came with all the stuff to put it together, and I don't know why I didn't solder it together. I guess it was a long stream. So at the end of this stream, we're gonna solder this all together and give this a test. So this is gonna be our live test of the USB-C replacement for a CR2032 surface mount or through-hole battery holder. Let me give you a close-up on this because it is really remarkable. She made it so that you can replace either a through-hole or a surface mount battery holder with this. Thanks to those castellated edges on the side, you can just sort of like slot that in however. And then it's USB-C. So cool. So I'm gonna pull up the website for that really quick, actually, since I was gonna put it at the end, but I want to just mention, if you want to stick around for soldering, that'll be pretty fun. So we've actually done an interview with Carrie before. You can check that out in the description, unless you're on Facebook. They decided to limit the number of links I can put on. Hey. Always changing. But you can find these through-hole soldering kits on Alpenglow. They're having a huge sale right now. All kinds of these kits are on sale, including in bulk or individually. Check that out, 50% off. Ludicrous, ludicrous. You can go get these. So this particular kit you could even get for 60% off. And then there's also this coin cell power board. Get out of there. That I mentioned before, which you can find on the site. And then some cool tools and accessories, which we'll maybe look at later. So next up, I have a really cool package from Chipper Doodles, who goes by Chipper Doodles online, and I believe Chippy Doodles is the name of the hardware project series, which I have yet to really dig into, but now that I should have some time soon. I'm very excited to do that. So let me just pull this up. I've been sort of vaguely following this project on social media for a long time now, and seen all kinds of different interesting stuff come up with, like, speaking my exact language, things like tech amulets and personal customizable wearable devices. one thing I really love about this Anwar project is that, oh my gosh, look at all of these. Look at these beautiful things. Okay, I gotta settle down. But check it out. These are powered by supercapacitors, hybrid supercapacitors, I think. And so you can attach to the Anwar family uh, any number of your own customized faceplates. Check this out. You can design your own faceplates. There's a KiCad template that you can use. There's also a proto board. There's these cool options available here. And you can follow this on Crowd Supply. So there's the Amulet family, which are these small discs, and then the other members of the family, which you can find. Oh, they're so pretty, so pretty. So I have no idea what's going to be in this envelope. Let's open it up and see. This, okay, for the record, this was sent to me weeks and weeks and weeks ago. There apparently is some kind of edible thing in here, and we're gonna find out what that is as well. And you know what? I could use a snack. We're gonna see if it's still good to eat. I am so sorry for not opening this up earlier. You know, life has been chaos as it do. But we're gonna pull this tab to open, and then later on we're gonna recycle this mailer with mixed paper. Nice. Eco enclosed. I gotta keep an eye on that for maybe doing my own hardware stuff at some point. Love a sustainable package. Oh, check it out! Okay, so we got a couple of bags in here. I gotta figure out what these are. This has hardware, this has snacks, and hardware. Woohoo! What a day. Okay, I'm gonna pull this on the table so I don't have to keep shoving this in your face. How about that? Slash my face. We've got some candy looking things. I'm totally gonna try one of these. Have y'all ever seen the I think his name is like MRE Steve 1989. Steve 1989 MRE info. Oh, there's all these ones. Anyway, he eats like MRE's meals ready to eat from all these different um like militaries from like up to like over 100 years ago, and it's redonkulous, and he's gotten botulism like twice. So I'm not gonna pull of that, but I'm pretty sure these will probably still be fine to eat. Okay, I'm gonna try it. Hopefully I don't get poisoned on air because of my bad habits of not opening packages in time. Okay, it's a little tough. I think I might have left it past its past its date. One of these is a little discolored, and I also don't want to trouble you with mouth sounds, so I'm gonna leave those to the side and maybe shoot them a message later on and see what they think. But let's get these out of the bags. I'm very excited. Look at all this stuff. Oh man, this has been sitting on the side of my desk, like staring at me for weeks, and I have wanted so badly to open it up, but I wanted to share the moment with you, so we're gonna do that. All right. Ooh. So you can't really necessarily see this, but it is a bluish color. I think that's coming through. Let me adjust things a little bit. Up the saturation. There we go. A little bit more brightness, maybe. Hopefully that doesn't look terrible on your screen. I think my monitor's brightness so I can see this. Okay, here we go. I think this is good. You have these 5 screws around the edges. I'm gonna assume these are M3 because that's pretty common nowadays. Wow, it's already assembled with a 3D printed standoff in the middle here. There's an on switch. Ooh, I wonder if it's charged. Oh yeah, we've got some lights going. Do it again. Oh ho ho ho! Beautiful. Got a kind of breathing animation going on here. Love that. Okay, I'm gonna have to look into this. And then what is here? Like, I'm gonna guess is like a reset pin. Maybe I'll open it up. Then we got this gorgeous plate. Look at that. That's beautiful. Wow. And a really nice little interface here. No lie, I've been actually designing my own round personal sort of companion device setup, and I haven't gotten it to work yet, but This is a really cool system. And we've got a little programming system, it looks like. What's this? Optional 2x5 for amulet programming. Cool. UDPI, ground, VCC. This looks like an FTDI connector. So, close to power target from USB UART. Leave open if device is self-powered. Cool. Huh. Neat. Well, these are gorgeous so far, but we got more. Can you believe it? Okay, we're gonna dig in some more. One of these is wrapped in tissue paper. Oh, pretty. Oh man, I am such a huge sucker for exposed metallic solder on here on these things. It's so gorgeous. Looks like a oops, like a hassle coating or something. We've got this silver color, and then on here we've got that gold, like an Enid coating or something. Look how intricate these are. I gotta ask if these are like hand drawn or if they're taken from somewhere. I personally love to borrow images. I do some hand drawn, but I also borrow images from this place called oldbookillustrations.com. Actually, I've got this ruler here. You can see these are both taken from oldbookillustrations.com, and they're public domain illustrations. So I'm curious, like whether these are DIY from scratch or are they using public imagery? Those are just gorgeous, though. This is called the Kamsa by Martin Nobo. It's an NRF 52840 board. Interesting. I'm sure there's more about that on the website we can look at in a second. So here's the programmer. I'm going to not mix these things all up, although they're pretty clear on what the different ones are. We got a couple more of those face plates for the amulet. Sort of black solder mask with that hassle silver coating. Beautiful. Sort of the equivalent. Are they the same? They look like the same. Too good. And then this cute anarchy one. Ah! Plus it's got little arrows coming off of it. I wonder if that means something. Do not know. But we've got little swappable faceplates. Oh yeah, and then I could add some more of these little headers if I needed to. Very cool. Oh wow, this is so cool. Okay, there's one more. So these two look pretty similar. One of them was wrapped in tissue paper and the other was not. They say the same thing on the back. So I'm gonna say they are the same, but does it have a V0.0 for both? Yeah, so these are the same. I could wear them as earrings. I tend to just wear one big earring because various reasons. But for one thing, my like hair covers one side generally, so I make my own PCB earrings and generally wear like one big one over here and then like my regular little gold ring over there, and it looks fine. But I could go big with these guys. Look at that up close, just like how gorgeous. And they are blue, which is, and blue and white is the Hackster colors, but for the record, I was blue before Hackster was. I remember bugging our founder, Ben Larald, to get us some branding because at the time we were giving out these stickers that just said Hackster in italics. And I was like, no, we have to have a brand. You can't just write Hackster on a sticker and call that a logo. Oh, yeah, and then okay, anyway, I digress. Here's another thing. The final thing that was in the bag there is this scarab themed one. Check out that. It's like a cartouche shape. Beautiful. Ah, look at the little guy. It kind of reminds me of a wug. If you are familiar with if you're a linguistics person at all, you may know about the wug debate, where the singular of this word is wug, and the plural is, you have to determine that. I think wugim is a popular one. But anyway, this is the Capri. Wow, beautiful. And I think Chipperdoodles might have been experimenting with hand-drawn circuitry recently, which is something I've also dipped my toe into and is very lovely. Okay, I don't want to mess these up and get them all like, I will besmirch the finish with my fingers if I'm not careful. Oh yeah. Tariq, good to see you, a regular on the channel. Uh, those who have been around for a while may remember I used to have a regular segment called Mailbag Monday, and so this is kind of a callback to that actually. But yeah, I agree. These kits are so cool. I'm gonna take this apart really quick. We'll do that at the end. We'll do all the like involved stuff at the end. So first, get all the stuff out of the bags, and then we'll come back to that. Okay, so we've got this to solder, we've got that to take apart, and then we've got some other stuff. So the next thing is this fireplace simulacra kit. This is something that I actually got at SuperCon, I think 2023. I think it was Mike's Electric Stuff that like introduced me to the creator of this kit. I could be wrong. It was a while ago and I'm real bad with names and faces. But yeah, look how cute this container is. It's kind of like a folded card, almost like a cigarette carton, but with something much cooler inside. And I've pulled up the, I've put the link for this in the description. Let me pull it up real quick. Where'd it go? There's so much stuff to look at. Okay, fireplace simulacra. Look at this cute little kit. This is another one I'm going to solder together at the end. So we end up with a cute little fire to keep us cozy. We got a little bit more rain in the Bay Area this weekend, so it'll be nice to have a cute little fireplace TV thing next to my bed. I love how it's both a little fireplace and an old retro TV. It's so cute. Ah, love it. And I can't believe that I've never like put this together before, but it's just been sitting amongst my things. Very cute. So that's another thing we may dig into later. And there's two more things. These are both NFC art thingies. And the first one you can already see. Oh, I've got to dig my phone out from under a bunch of stuff. Oh, and we also have a couple of magazines to look at. So there's a couple of different magazines celebrating um, milestones. But first, let's take a quick look at this. So this is a crochet fortune cookie made by Anu Reddy, and it has this adorable little flower charm on it. She gave me this, I think it's Open Hardware Summit or SuperCon. Don't remember. Come on, do the thing. I used to know where exactly on my phone it would uh do. Come on. Everybody clap your hands if you believe in fairies and we'll get the NFC to work. I swear this just worked like the other day. Ah, come on. Ah, do the thing. Ah, I swear this just worked. Okay, let's try another part of the phone. And I'm gonna take the magnetic thingy is already not on there. Do the thing. Oh my goodness. Well, then the other one may have some trouble too. Why are you being a jerk to me? I don't deserve this. Chat, do I deserve this? I definitely do not. I yell at plenty of my technology, but I haven't yelled at this. Well, until now. Do the thing. Be my friend. Okay, well, let's try the other one. This is an envelope from Bleep Track, someone who's been on the show before. And by the show, I mean Hackster Cafe. Let me pull that up. Bleep Track is this amazing generative artist who has made beautiful generative art PCBs called Pico Planet. And you can find those on they used to be on Tindy. I believe they're out of stock. But I think each one, there were 3 different ones, but you could download the code to generate different designs too. Oh, there's more than that. There's at least 5, it looks like. But you know, Bleeptrack makes all these cool tools for creating different types of generative art. And so what's in this envelope is another one of those. And you can find, for example, the Pico Planet stuff on GitHub. Go check that out. And oh yeah, this is Anna Reddy's stuff. I'm gonna come back and try to get that other thing to work, but she's done a ton of cool stuff on like with crochet, like these crochet cryptographic keys. Oh, so cool. Anyway, so let's see if we can get this tap to art for work. Tap for art to work. I don't deserve this. Thank you, Tariq. I appreciate the what's the word? Affirmation, validation, affirmation. Okay, let's see what's in here. Oh, and I have a couple of other things from Bleep Track from a while ago that I'd love to show you in a second. Let's get this open. Oh, we got a little folded vellum. Oh, look how beautiful. This has like special folding, like a letter locking technique or something. Wow. Oh man. People are so cool. I'm just like, I am blown away by the electronic and traditional craft artistry of the people in our community. It's just like, you know, these These things are absolutely gorgeous. We've got a cool creative kit in a little carton box thing. We've got crocheted NFC devices, and now we've got this beautiful locking vellum envelope thingy. I'm gonna try and get this apart without destroying it. Wow. I'm so happy about this. Okay, trying to arrange the stickers in here so that they like go to one end so I can get them all out at once. I'll let you observe my flailings here. Gonna try and tap it over there, tap it over, tap for art. Hey, we're already tapping. Let's see if we get the art. Come on. They're in there pretty tight. The ones that are diagonal are the ones right in front of the slots. So come on. I use this technique for like emergency vitamin C drink packets. So it should work. Ah, the one that's stuck diagonal is the exact one that's like right in front of the slot here. Come on. Just gotta like sort of hold it, like squeeze it a little bit so that the corners are loose. Yes. Okay, cool. Then you tap it around. I could just open it up, but I don't wanna. Okay, here we go. Tap for art. Beautiful. And I can feel the texture of the NFC tag in here. I don't know if you can see that at all, but maybe if I like backlight it a little bit. Well, actually, do I have, what if I turn the brightness way up on here? Oh, it's already up. Thought I could show you the NFC tag through there. It doesn't matter. Anyway, we're gonna try this one as well. See what happens. It says it doesn't work on metal surfaces. I've also, if you look at the back of this phone, it's all crunched up, so it may be my own fault for like messing up this. Ah ha ha ha! Here we go. So, tap for art.bleedtrack.de. You have revealed a new image, scan 7. And it's that same image that's on. Oh, it's not exactly the same image. Interesting. It's close, but not the same. You can discover previous scans. Are those previous scans of this tag? That's so cool! Oh man, that is so cool. So wait a minute. Okay, so I'm gonna screenshot this one. And then if I scan it again, does it go scan 8? This one seemed to work when it was like up here. You gonna do it again? There we go. Okay, it's sort of over by the camera actually. Scan 8! Cool! And knowing Bleep Track, she's probably got the code for this up somewhere public already. Check that out. Oh, that's so cool. It even has animations. Wow! And you can share it, and you can hit the little info thing. You discovered a sticker from the Generative Art Project Tap for Art. Each sticker contains an NFC tag which your phone can scan. The tag stores two informations, its own ID and a scan count, etc. So the scan count is stored on the tag itself. Neat. Each sticker has a different look, and each scan creates a completely new image. Okay, speaking of each sticker having a different look, this is not the first time BleepTrack has created unique stickers. Way back in like 2019, I think? No, it must have been 2015. Was it 10 years ago? No way. 2019? I went to Chaos Communication Camp and met Bleep Trek in person, and she gave me these, like, I think like 5 of them, and I've given away a few of them ever since. And Bleep Trek manually cut each of these out by hand with like a craft knife. And so they're some of my favorite little artifacts. And they kind of match this too. I've given away the ones in other colors and of course kept the blue ones. So they're just like always floating around my space. And I'm always like running into them in random places because you know, organization is for chumps. And you know, I love running into these random cool little things that have this great memory attached. I remember being at the top of some structure at Chaos Communication Camp in Germany and like hanging out in the middle of the night and like getting these stickers from Bleep Trek and being like, ah, freaking out because I'd seen their cool stuff on the internet. Anyway, really cool memories, and I love this new thing. And just look at this. Ugh, the artistry. Okay, we have a quick question. Oh yeah, I love little stuff like this. Isn't it so cool? Oh, we got tons more little stuff. Believe you me. Uh, quick question. What's Chaos Communication Camp all about? Okay, so right? The more time you spend on organization, the less time you spend on doing stuff. No, that's a lie. I actually spent a bunch of time cleaning today, and it was awesome. And now I know where a bunch more stuff is. Um, including a programmable error kit that I'm going to send to Aj, who we'll talk about again in a second. Chaos Communication Camp. So I don't know that I'm the foremost authority on this, but I have been twice. It is the summer camp version of Chaos Communication. Uh, my brain is uh club, I guess. Yeah, they have their like annual. What is the annual event called? Oh man, Congress. There we go. So there's an annual winter event called Chaos Communication Congress, run by the Chaos Communication Club, which is a consortium of makers, hackers type people, mostly computer uh, hackers, but you know that can be anyone from like someone who makes computer stuff, who programs computer stuff, to people who actually do like hacking, white hat, black hat, gray hat, etc. And so it's sort of like they have these annual events. They also have every 4 years there's this summer camp called Chaos Communication Camp, and it's been held in various places. It used to be in Berlin. Then the last couple of times, the two times that I went, it was held at another spot that we're getting the name of, but it was really cool, like sort of old brick factory site, I think. So cool. Let me pull it up. They also run chaos.social, which is the let's see, which is the Mastodon instance that I'm on. Let me see if I can pull it up here. And I'm gonna pull up Chaos Communication Camp as well. I really cannot say that. But yeah, it's run by the Chaos Communication Club, which are just these computer nerds, basically. But I'll put the link in the description, and I'm gonna drop it into the chat right now. You can find out when the next camp is. I think the last one was in 2023, right? 20, yeah, 2023. And Teagalai Park. That's where it was. Here we go. I'm going to put this in the chat and stop rambling about it. And you can go find out more yourself. But it's so interesting. Here we go. And then Congress is the annual event. All right. If you want to check me out on chaos.social, you can find me there. Put that in the chat too. Why not? There's a bunch of other cool people on there as well. And I'm accidentally closing a bunch of tabs that I actually wanted. Okay, so that is Bleep Track's cool thing. And it was an awesome thing to be able to meet them in person. So let's try this. I'm going to try this once more, Anu's one, because I think it was really cool. And if not, if that doesn't work, I will just tell you about it. But I think I found the spot on my phone where it wants to actually do the thing. Was it in a corner? Maybe I'll like try and shine a light through it to see if I can figure out where the tag is exactly. There we go. Okay, cool. Thanks for bearing with me on that. Here we go. So this is one that Anu gave to me in person as well. May your projects thrive like the community that backs them. Good luck. You know what? I'm going to screenshot that too. That is definitely good luck. So this is a P5JS project. The NFC tag is held in this little crochet fortune cookie. Like, how adorable is that? Oh man. Okay, and I think it's random every time, but you can see crochet fortune cookies OSH 2024 by Anu 1905, which is also Anu's tag on Instagram. So you can find out more about that. Different sketches. Ha, cool. There's Crypto Crochet Key, which is on our blog. What else have we got? That's so cool. Oh yeah, you might be able to just run it from the site actually. I'm not sure if this has console on it, so it might be like an interactive little REPL or something. But cool. Okay, let's see if I get a different one. If I do it again. Let me not show you my horrible home screen. Haha, okay. So that's the combo. I'm gonna have like this middle of this pressed against the middle. Oh, here we go. Bold open creations, abundant luck. Your innovations will shine bright. Okay, does anyone want me to do a little crochet fortune for you? For the rest of this stream, if you request, I will do one of Anu's crochet fortune cookies for you. And you can go into whatever your week is looking like with that. But let me pull up Anu's site. Tariq says yes. Okay, let's have a look. What is your fortune going to be? Drum roll. Do the thing. This is gonna be really embarrassing if I can't get it to work again. Come on. I know you just did this. Hey, there we go. Okay, cool. And we've got open hardware ignites greatness. Weave your circuits with joy. That's a great message for the week. I hope that you do get to weave your circuits with joy. We have a request from Sean Holmes as well. Okay, you're gonna get that fortune too. Haha. Assuming I can continue my streak here. I think I've got the hang of it though. Famous last words. There we go. All right, what's Sean's fortune? Ooh, let's do another one. Because this is a repeat. Not sure how many there are actually. Let's find out. No, we're not gonna find out. But we'll see if there's more than 3. Which I assume there are. Let's see. Come on. Really interesting, like this is what I love about hardware, is that, I mean, among many other things, it's just such a physical, real world thing, you know? You're always interacting with like radio waves. Build with openness, reap endless rewards. Luck is on your side. That might be a repeat as well. I don't remember. But we're gonna do one more just to make sure. Ha 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 ha. I'm focusing on kind of a lot of things right now, so unfortunately I can't remember exactly what they each were, but I've taken screenshots, so we'll see later on. Now let's see. And if not, if this is a repeat, I will make one up for you. How about that? Come on. There we go. We've got share designs, unlock happiness. Open hardware brings endless possibilities. I'm, again, not sure whether that's different or not, but we'll find out. Oh, you know what? I can check my screenshots. Haha. Definitely not showing that on the stream. I think that was a new one. Share designs, open, unlock happiness. Open hardware brings endless possibilities. There you go. Endless possibilities for this week. The NFC is so touchy. Yeah, which makes it really interesting for art, I think. You know, have I ever built anything with NFC? I don't think so. But I've been wanting to do some stuff with a flipper zero, in the near future. And so maybe I'll start messing around with NFC. I've been accumulating like hotel key cards and like cards from, oh, I've got a bag around here. Let me see if I can find it. A whole like stash of NFC objects that are all, where are they? That are just, you know, around so that I can mess around with them and with the flipper. Because your flipper device wants to be fed like more NFC stuff every now and again so that it stays happy. Well, I've got a few of them in here, and then my flipper, which is out of battery because it hates me because I never use it these days. But you know, I've got like from CES my like hotel key card, and so I want to do some stuff with NFC sometime soon. And honestly, I love how touchy it is. I love the like eldritch, very hardware aspect of it. It makes it more real to me somehow than software. Like if software goes wrong, it's like either I've done something stupid or something way out of my control is happening. But with hardware, it's like you're interacting with the physical pieces of the world and things like, you know what blows my mind? I'm gonna go on a little tangent. We're gonna look at some magazines in a second. What blew my mind about hardware a few years ago was hearing about how when you're designing a PCB with radio communication running through it, like to an antenna or something, that you have to avoid right angles in the traces. And I'm sure that there's like places where this applies and places where it doesn't, but you have to avoid right angles in the traces because the signal can reflect off the end of the trace if there's a sharp corner, because that tiny thickness of trace is a wall. Like at the end of it is a wall for like the radio signal. And to me that's just like mind blowing, like on the scale of rate of whatever the communication is doing, and it's happening, so fast that it actually matters. Uh, you know, these tiny distances matter when it comes to the physicality of the radio wave, such that it will act like a mirror, and like just the tiny thickness of a trace. Well, like you can't have a 90-degree angle. Oh, man, it just blows my mind. I love it. Yeah, love the flipper. Definitely want to do some more with that in coming weeks. It's gonna be exciting. But anyway, so I would love to celebrate a couple of things that are happening now. We've got the 20th anniversary issue of Make magazine. So, this magazine is now 20 years old. Wait, yeah, 2 decades of wacky, wonderful contraptions, and there's all kinds of all kinds of cool stuff in here. I've got a couple bookmarks I put in here before the show. I don't remember what these are. Let's have a look. I mean, I remember what the bookmarks are actually. I've got a couple of PCB rulers in here. I decided that's the best use for my collection. I'm gonna do a show. I'd love to do a show sometime soon. I think maybe even this week, just digging through my vast collection of PCB rulers so we can take a look at these. This one is the Scruler, also from Alpenglow. I thought would be appropriate for today. Oh yeah, the Fab Lab founder. So, our Hackster Cafe last week was with Smart Citizen, which is a collaboration, I think, between Fab Lab Barcelona, and right now they're working with Seed Studio. So, Smart Citizen is like an open source air quality monitoring project. It's crowdsourced. You can add your monitor to a map. It's a really cool project. I highly recommend you check out that cafe. And they've got an interview in here with the Fab Lab founder. Um, Neil Gershenfeld, I guess. Directs the Center for Bits and Atoms at MIT. Very cool. Heh, very cool. I'm gonna stop staring at that. It grabbed me. This is the problem with like doing this stuff for work, is that I'm always getting distracted by the cool stuff that I'm looking at. It's a problem. It'd be a lot easier if I wasn't actually interested in this stuff. My second bookmark is this securinghardware.com PCB business card from, oh, upside down. There we go. From Joe Fitzpatrick, aka Securely Fits. And this ruler is, as you might expect with PCBs, in hundredths of an inch or tenths of an inch instead of being sort of quarters and eighths and all that good stuff. It says a 0.05-inch ruler, 0.025-inch lines and gaps. So you'll see that the lines are pretty thick here, and that's because the lines and the gaps are equal width, which I think is a really cool innovation here. So, yeah, it's a really interesting way to do a ruler and a really cool bookmark. Anyway, oh, and you can find out about Joe's hardware security trainings here. Securinghw.com or securinghardware.com. There you go. Okay, so the second article I had bookmarked here. There we go. Bubble Blaster Bratbot. And this caught my eye because it's Lee Wilkins, who always makes really cool stuff. And check out this like furry bot that blasts bubbles. Odd J also has a bubble blasting bot. And again, oh, I already said I was gonna mention him again later. There's gonna be a third time he's gonna come up in just a second. But yeah, such a cute thingy. I've been terrified of doing soft robots, but I'm trying to dip my toe into it now, as you might know if you saw the last stream, but all kinds of cool stuff in here. Anyway, that's the 20th anniversary issue. Very cool. Can pick that up if you're a subscriber or find it elsewhere. Then the other milestone that we have for a magazine is the 150th issue of Magpie, which also happens to feature yours truly. So we've got if you just go to magpie.raspberrypi.com, Magpie is the Raspberry Pi magazine. That's why it's spelled like that. And then you can go buy it. You can also get the PDF for free. Stylish red and silver foil cover. I'll probably have to go get that. I try to get a copy of every magazine that has Mint in it. But you can pick it up for not too much. Eight €8 or pounds. You can also pay for the PDF if you like, but you can also get it for free, thanks to the supporters around the world. Um, yeah, you can make a monthly contribution, and then you can also just get the free PDF. Here is the PDF. You can go check it out. So they're featuring 150 people and projects. I didn't even know I was in this. Very exciting. There's tons of other cool stuff in here too. In fact, I wanted to pull up one or two other things as well. Let's take a look at the table of contents real quick. Were a couple that caught my eye. Cave mapping, interesting. Apparently there's a meme going around right now with cave divers. People kind of like making fun of them for doing like voluntarily putting themselves into situations and stuff. I thought this looked really cool. The disk archive and copy this for copying and archiving floppy disks. And of course, with the PDF, it's actually all linked, which is lovely. Floppy disk archiver. Although, you know, flipping through a physical magazine is cool too. If it's gonna be virtual, it's nice to be able to just click straight to it. I know that's been around for ages, but I still think it's neat. Okay, we gotta load it. Here we go. Okay, so what were the other two things that I was excited about in here? Mm, maybe on the next page. Here we go. Oh yeah, the social battery. Also, this e-ink clock is gorgeous. Also, Mohit's Photon 2 lander. We've covered Mohit Bohite's stuff before. It is so beautiful. And this is just another one of his beautiful particle projects. Uh, Carbon filament winder. I'm excited about that too. Oh no. Let's just go look at number 74 real quick. The social battery. As a person who has a somewhat limited social battery, I love the idea of this badge. It's got, it's exactly what it says on the tin. I want this so bad. Can you actually set the level or is it random? Let's see. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. How does it work? Hmm. You control the LEDs via a small button on the side of the badge. There you go. It says SW1, but for a moment I thought it said TMS the other way up, which stands for transcranial magnetic stimulation, which is something that you can do to your brain if you want. Maybe not DIY it though. But you know, it does relate to mood somewhat. And there was something on like page 90 or something, wasn't there? I'm just gonna try and scroll through here. You can see all this other cool stuff that's going on. Pico powered RFID free drinks manager. Cool. Oh, we got a flipper in here. Beware of Flipper and friends! Oh no! Oh yeah, you can copy and spoof RFID tags. So if your project does run on RFID and you don't want people to be able to hack it, you might want to put an extra little thing on there, storing encrypted data on the card, which the Flipper cannot spoof, and things like that. Yeah. What does this mean, carbon filament winder? Carbon fiber filament winding. Okay, love that. Definitely wear lots of PPE while you're messing around with carbon fiber. I've done it a bunch, and there's a lot of nasty, nasty stuff that the dust and fibers can do to your lungs and your skin. Really itchy. Um, Solar power was the other one I was very excited about, seeing a solar panel powering a simple Raspberry Pi Pico project. Cool. Look how cute. I'm always excited to learn about new techniques for solar power. So that is Magpie's 150th issue. Oh, I totally skipped over the part that I probably should have talked about most, or at least somewhat, which is on one of these pages, which I found out earlier but immediately forgot. I am on here with a couple of friends in among the list of people doing cool stuff. Let's see. Where's the list? Promise y'all I'm getting to something cool. Is like, ooh, Audacity. No, it's too cool. I can't get distracted by this. I have to be strong. Ah, good problems. Okay. Well, that's taking a while to load. But anyway, oh, here we go. Okay, so I think I'm like number 91 or something. Uh, we go. Do, 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 do. Oh, they got Mr. Robot on there. That's cool. And where are you? Me? A little bit higher. Here we go. Okay, cool. I'm on here with some other cool humans that you might want to check out. And we got Ajay! That's what I was hinting at before, but like, I don't know, he's around a lot. Um, so we got Archimedes, who's like my almost 7-year-old robot here. May 2018 for Maker Faire 1 year. Um, and later that year I met Jay, who had made his spider bot Anansi or Asi, which was his first companion bot, and was so cool to see, like this steampunky, amazing, like spidery critter. And he has been blowing up on the scene and continuing to really leading the companion bots sort of movement that's been happening over the last few years. And there's been other people building like really cool robots and stuff. Stephanie is super cool too. But he's really been sort of leading the charge, and just it's real cool to see Archimedes still getting some play. Seeing Ajay in there. Sophie Wong is a massive badass. She's so cool. Uh, I was alerted to my being in this magazine by Lorraine Underwood, I think, had posted on Blue Sky about it, and I was that's how I found out that I was even in here. So cool. Check it out. There's a ton of cool stuff in here. People with projects from the ages, screen dress. This is so cool. This is by Anouk Viprecht. Very cool human as well. International fashion tech designer of mystery. Anyway, okay, enough rambling there. We wanted to solder some stuff. We're already like 45 minutes in. If you've gotten this far, congrats. We're gonna do some hands-on stuff soon. Cool quotation from Terry Pratchett. It doesn't stop being magic just because you know how it works, or even vaguely know how it works. Like the more you know, I know about stuff like that, the more magical it becomes. Like the radio thing, like mind blowing. Um, wow. Also got a pump the last make issue also has me in it. Companion bots. I'm absolutely trying to wrap up a new version of Archimedes this year, which I've been talking about for a couple of years. But like I said, it's been like there's been a lot of projects, and I'm finally getting a little bit of more free time. And so don't you worry, we will be back with lots more robotage this year. It's gonna be awesome. Okay, let's do some hands-on stuff. We already messed around with these tags. We've got a few different things to mess with. I'm definitely going to solder this together and test it. Then we've got this. Well, I got to take this apart first and have a look. How about that? Because it's so exciting. Where's my little which screwdriver kit to use? Sorry for the mic noises. There we go. I'm going to open up my iFixit kit. I love this portable kit from iFixit. Little tool roll. They've got a really cool. I'm actually my iFixit FixHub soldering station is my like daily driver over here, but they got other cool kits as well. All these spudgers and such. Love it. But the focus of it, I think this is a Manta kit, maybe. It attaches magnetically to the roll. You can just take it off of there. And then this is also like a little parts holder. So tray that you can use, and then you can also like magnet onto the back there. Ah, so cool! It's so nicely designed, and I just noticed that there's like little ridges around the outside of the back that like mate with the lid there. Anyway, enough going on tangents about my screwdriver set. Let's get this open, and I will use that parts tray so I don't lose any of the little bits of this kit. I did not expect anything near the amount of cool stuff that Chipperdoodles sent me. And oh, I wanted to pull up, there is a video of Chipperdoodles explaining this, or rather, Roland, the Muppet creature who represents Chipperdoodles on screen, explaining this kit last year. Okay, I gotta pull that up. It's not very often I get to look at a Muppet on screen, but okay, so chippydoodles.com with these Anwar kits. You can find them on Crowd Supply, launching soon. But check this out. During Oshawa's Open Source Hardware Association's 24-hour membership drive, live stream show and tell event last year. Chipper Doodles had the the voice is amazing, the eyes are amazing. It's every bit of Muppet goodness. It's so good. It's so good. And that's not even the only Chipper Doodles video up that has Roland the robot. So go check those out. Anyway, okay, we're gonna get this one open. What do we got here? We got Phillips. Okay. That's a simple one. Where are my Phillips bits? Here we go. Oh, interesting. It goes from like mega large to quite small. What are these? Go from like JIS1 to PH000. That's a strange transition, but okay, we're gonna go with the bigger one. Nice little magnet action. Take this apart. I don't see any like, it looks like it does. Are these soldered over there? I'm curious how this is attached to the other PCB. Try not to lose it. Put in a little tray thing there. And then anyone else is joining the live stream, I'm assuming these are all the same, but I'll put them in separate wells anyway, just because I can. If you'd like a crochet NFC programmed fortune, let me know and we will pull one up for you. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. Anu already has like crocheted this fortune cookie that has an NFC tag in it that we can use to pull fortunes for people. There are some repeats though, it seems. Okay, so let's see if I can get this apart without destroying everything. The faceplates are swappable, so I'm pretty sure I can do this. Hey, there we go. Wow. Beautiful. Okay, are those our little breathing LEDs? They are. Wow. And these are those hybrid supercapacitors. I'm really excited about supercapacitors for wearable tech. Being able to have like compact rechargeable power sources you don't have to throw away every time Pat Dooley wants a fortune. Let's do that. Haha. And Shasha, cool. Let's grab these. Anyway, yeah, being able to charge wearables and not have to like use up a new CR2032 battery every time. Amazing. This has been a little bit touchy, but as we've been mentioning, it's kind of pleasant experiencing the vagaries of, there we go, of hardware. Bold open creations, abundant luck. Your innovations will shine bright. And you can go to Honoready's site, look for, I'll put the link in the description here, but we've got Anu 1905 on p5js.org, so made with JavaScript. And then here's one for Shasher. It's taking me a minute to find the tag. There we go. What do we got here? Build with openness, reap endless rewards. Luck is on your side. Next time I will warn Anu before I do her fortune thing live on air, so she has a chance to like maybe add some more or whatever. Like I said, these things have been sitting around in my on my desk for a million years, and so I'm just kind of going through a whole stack of interesting stuff I've had laying around. Cool little flexy thing. It looks like I broke it a little bit, but that's okay. That supercapacitor, you've got that little 10-pin connector that goes between the two. You've got the on-off. This probably isn't going to do anything because the LED is on the other side. But I'm going to have a close-up look. I'm going to pull up the page for you so you can have a look at that while I take a closer look at this device, because I just took it out of the box for the first time ever. And you can read about this. All right, so I'm looking at this and I'm finding we've got the capacitor, we've got the connector, we've got, yeah, those like standoffs. How are those attached? They've got they're tapped so that I can screw the bits in. Are they soldered on? What's the deal? It looks like they go at least partway through the PCB. I'm not too familiar with this type of standoff. My guess is that they may taper and go into a hole, which is then connected to, they're all grounded. Okay, so when I look at this close up, when I look at this close up, you can see, in fact, I'm gonna get it even closer up and fix the focus for you so we can both look at it in hyperfocus. Okay, check this out. You can see all these little traces connecting each of these silver through holes to the ground plane, which means each of these standoffs is connected to ground. It's all open source, so I could just look it up anyway. In fact, I might find out a little bit more about these standoffs, but my guess, we're gonna look it up in a second. My guess is that it is, they're like tapered on one side, or beveled down, not beveled or tapered, whatever. They're smaller. They go in like these holes, and wait, but does that make sense? I think it makes sense. And then it's just like connected in by solder and flux. Like you can see some flux residue around here. I think that's what's going on. They kind of look rusty. Are they just iron? Very curious. I'm not sure if they would be press fit because they don't have like any knurling on the edges here. They're perfectly smooth, so there's nothing that like you would. Well, I'm thinking of heat set inserts actually, is what I'm thinking of. So maybe you're right. Let's find out. We're gonna look at documentation. First, I'm going to try and get this back together without screwing up my life. And actually, maybe I'll swap out the front because this one is so gorgeous. Oh, it's so gorgeous. I'm so excited about this. Look at that beautiful design and colorway. Gotta line it up. Oops, did not line it up correctly. I'm gonna try and line it up again before I actually push it together. This is an issue I've had with SAOs a lot of the time. Oh, that snapped together really nicely. You know what? This worked better than most SAOs. So, SAOs, add-ons for PCB badges, the SAO, the S stands for any number of different things. Supercon add-ons, if you go further back, they are what? I forgot what the second iteration of it was, but the first one was a profane word that you can probably figure out. Ah! Okay, use the magnets, Alex. That's what they're there for. Here we go. Simple add-ons was the second iteration of the the acronym. Technically an initialism. Acronyms are things you say like words like NASA. But anyway, uh, point being, if you're gonna make some things that plug together, make it very easy to plug them in the right way and very difficult to plug them in the wrong way. And for a while, the SAOs did not have that, and I was always plugging them in offset because you can't see very well when you're plugging it in between two boards. But this worked really well, even though it's got more pins and is smaller. Although maybe the more pins helps, like maybe you can't accidentally plug it in the wrong way. When you plug headers in, there's usually enough play that you can offset it and the extra pins will just sit outside the header and it'll be fine. Wow, how gorgeous. Oh, this is my exact type of thing. Oh, okay, we're gonna see. This one has a hole in the middle. Just check that out. Beautiful. You can scroll back in the recording if you're watching now to see what the previous one looked like. It had sort of a blue-green effect. We've got exposed gold hassle coating on this one. Just really gorgeous. Oh, man. Okay, at some point I have to put this down and continue the stream, but isn't that gorgeous? Man. Yeah, there you go. Hackster.io. Come for the hardware, stay for the random linguistics facts from Alex. I don't know if you know, most people don't know this, but I went to college and just studied a bunch of human languages because at first I was going to do linguistics and well, I applied to Michigan because I was like, I like, technology, I guess, engineering. And then I ended up going to the residential college, which is like the little liberal arts college inside of the engineering university where you do a bunch of art stuff and languages. I was gonna do linguistics, and then I was just like, I actually just want to learn a bunch of languages, so I studied Spanish and Russian and Mandarin, and forgot a lot of it. But that's why I do these random facts. Not that initialism is necessarily a linguistics fact, but I also have English teacher parents, so that'll do it too. Okay, here we go. So beautiful. Ugh, just gonna put that off to the side. So, okay. Anyone who's in the chat right now. No, never mind. I'm gonna do this one first. Then we'll do that one. We got time. We got time. I'm a night owl, so it's only 8 p.m. Who cares? And it's really fun having some people in the chat right now too. So I've got my trusty iFixit Fix Hub soldering station. Love this thing. Like I mentioned before, I'm a hugely disorganized person. You'll notice it does not have any cables. I just have it in a drawer here on a box. Because it has one giant battery pack as the base. And it's got this little like fold out stand thingy, and it's got this like heat insulating cap thing that you can easily reposition and swap to the other side if you use the other hand and stuff like that. All kinds of cool stuff. Love it. You might have noticed I'm a bit of an iFixit fangirl. It's absolutely true. Anyway, so let's also pull out this other thing that I love, the OmniFixo, which is a wonderful little third-hand device that you can use. Got 4 different silicone covered jaws on magnetic ball mounts. You can slide them around, you can take them off, you can flip these around. Notice that one side is insulated and one side is not. So if you want to actually connect this to the ground plane, you just flip it around. And, ooh, it's trying to make a break for it. But if you flip it around the other way, then the ball makes contact with the metal on this side, and the ring on this side makes contact with the ground plate. You can clip a thingy like an alligator clip over here, and then clip a spade connector onto one of these, pull off the silicone insulator, and then you have a connection. I've never actually tried that. I've heard mixed results. You do need to put like the ground one on here. If you're clipping onto it, you gotta connect to the bare metal. So that might have been whoever's problem, but yeah. Anyway. Oh, my little silicone jaw has gotten messed up. The nice thing about these is they are right-angled, parallel jaws, so you don't have to, like, it's not going to grip a tiny little bit of your board at a time. It grips very nicely, and it doesn't mar your surface because of the silicone. So, you don't usually need all of them at once, but it does make it look cool, doesn't it? Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I got your tones wrong, sorry. Sure. Okay, yeah, I don't know. Let's see. So we've got 3 LEDs, we've got a switch, and we've got a uh, pin clasp that looks adhesive rather than soldered. Oh, 4 LEDs. And then we've got this USB-C adapter, which is a very exciting part of this. New from Alpenglow, possibly never revealed on camera before this stream a couple of weeks ago. Silencing my alarm. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna grab my other tools here. We got brass coil, we've got solder, roll of lead-free solder with the tip cleaner on top. Keep things nice and non-corroded. All right, so I tend to like to reverse mount my LEDs. Wait, are there supposed to be 5? Did I leave one out? Whoops. Haha. It's quite possible that I lost one. Well, we will have four LEDs. Hopefully that doesn't mess anything up. Oh, let's see. Are they in series? No, they would be in parallel, I think. Yeah. Probably, plus they're probably white or yellow. Yeah, these are in parallel. All the positives are connected together, as you can see by looking at the traces here. And all the grounds, like before, have these little traces connecting them to the ground plane. So you can see the positive trace goes to this one, then to that one, then to that one. But they're not like, it goes, all the positives are connected together, as opposed to going from one positive and then the ground to the next positive. That's how you know that it's in parallel, not in series. All right, let's hit it. Am I going to reverse mount them or put them on the front? I think I'll put them on the front for once, because these have cute little like beady eyes. So since these are in parallel, that means it probably shouldn't matter that I'm missing one. But what I should do is not run it too much unless I find another LED to swap in, because I could burn these out from too much power. So stick them through like that. Our long LED leg goes through the plus, and our short one for ground goes through the minus or square. Many conventions here. Another convention you might notice, actually, I think I'm going to put them on the side so it's symmetrical. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm not missing any. Okay, never mind. There's an extra. There's a spare. I did not lose an LED. Carrie gave me an extra one, and I got confused about what the eyes are. Okay, anyway, that's great. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, another little feature of LEDs, often through-hole LEDs, is, let me see if I can show you this. On a clear LED, it's a little bit difficult, but the short leg corresponds to ground, and so does, there's a tiny little flat sanded, or not sanded, probably, there's a flat surface where the rim of the LED, which, oops, which goes most of the way around, does not exist right next to the ground leg. So if you've already cut off the legs of your LED and you don't have memorized like which side of that interior bit is the cathode or the anode, you can tell by finding that little flat side where the rim has been excluded. And that'll help you figure out which way it is if you can't figure out another way. I love all these little sort of indicators that you can pick up on over time. I'd love to do more repair, as you can tell also from the iFixit fangirlism. Like, I'd love to spend more time doing that, and hopefully will in this year. And a big part of that is just being able to read a physical circuit and kind of diagnose what's going on, understand what's going on without necessarily having a schematic. This thing heats up so fast. It went into dormant, like cool mode while it was sitting there, and it heats up in under 5 seconds. It's ludicrous. So I put a little solder on my tip there for good thermal contact, then apply it to the joint. And this is a ground pin, so that whole ground plane is sucking up some of my heat here from my tip. But I just do that. I tend to end when I'm doing through hole components, I tend to just add a little extra, and then I just drag it up the leg just to make sure that I use enough. But then all the excess any excess is collected on the leg and sort of gets clipped away when I clip off the leads. Doot, 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 doot. Well, except that one. Probably put a little extra on there. Too much. There we go. That's a nice one. Again, the ground ones are going to be a little bit more irritating because they are connected to a big slab of copper inside the PCB, or rather under the solder mask here, which means that sucks away a bunch of the heat, and especially with lead-free solder, which tends to be a little bit more finicky, that can lead to some blobbing and stuff. So let's clip these off. Then I'll put the switch on, and we'll give it a whirl. Oh no, yeah, I also put the whole point of this is the 5-volt adapter, so we'll give that a whirl too. If you're doing something where you have to apply a lot of heat to get that ground plane to heat up, be careful when you're handling it. Also be careful when you're touching the leads, obviously, and all that good stuff. Like, probably give it a minute more to cool down. I didn't touch it for that long with the heat, so it's pretty cool already. All right, we're gonna hit this some more. Let's do the switch next. I don't think this matters which way it goes, but I'm gonna put it on the back. And this is another place where these parallel jaws come in really handy. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I'm going to tack solder one of these pins. That feels pretty solid. Not quite. There we go. Tack solder one of these pins, which is, I'm going to messily solder one of the joints, and then I'll be able, that'll sort of hold the whole thing in place, so that then I can solder the other ones, the rest of the pins, and then I'll come back and fix that first one. So let's just do one of these small ones. There we go. Okay, I'm going to check it, see that it's flat from all angles. That looks nice. I'm going to go do the rest of the pins, and then I'm going to come back for that first one. What music have y'all been listening to? I have got Steven Sanchez songs just echoing around in my head right now, because I've been listening to a ton of that. One of my siblings introduced me to his music, and that whole album is just incredible. Incredible vibes. Come on. Are you a ground pen? You're probably a ground pen. You're eating up everything. Adding more solder for more thermal contact. There we go. Again, this is a little easier with leaded solder, but I prefer lead-free for a lot of different reasons, which I will be happy to share. There's some really good articles, though, that have covered it. Letting this sort of melt through. Okay, let me make sure I haven't bridged any contacts here, because I think those big pins might just be for physical stability, mechanical stability, but they might also be electrically significant. And I don't want to... Yeah, one of these is a little... That's fine. Good enough. We're not making something that's going into space. So I think this should be fine. And now, the pièce de résistance. Let's hit this with the 5-volt adapter. I wonder if it would be useful to like stick one of these. I'm gonna do something weird. I'm gonna stick these through here to see if I can like, oh, that didn't work out like I thought it would. Oh, and you know what? I might end up soldering these into the circuit. That's not a good idea. I thought it would help me like stabilize it. I could always pull them out later on. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Who cares? Might look a little messy afterwards, but I'm just gonna stick these extra little... I always hold on to my little clipped off legs for these things because they're so useful for like bodging a circuit if something went wrong. I don't think I need these. I'm gonna take them out. And for like, because they're just tiny little useful lengths of uncoated wire, and useful for all kinds of stuff. So I actually have a section in my little hookup wire box that's just full of clipped off leads. Okay, let's see if I can do this. I gotta kind of contort myself in order to do this on my desk on the camera. So we'll see how long my like neck muscles last. So I'm gonna handle this. Get it like, oh, this is where the extra jaws really come in handy because these are all the same height, which means I can really balance it. With something like this that could easily slip off, I really want to place it and get it like securely in the right spot. Let's get these out of the way of the device. Okay. Want to place them right in the right spot and have it not slide around. So having all these 4 jaws all be the same height really helps. Oops. Get it positioned. I gotta use the camera and my eyes because can't see this from above like you do. Everybody tell me if that's centered. I think that's close enough. Oh, it kind of lines up with the top line here. That's really nice. Okay, so let's see. Actually, I think what I'm gonna do... Okay, so there's a castellated thing on the bottom too. I'm gonna flip this around again. Gets easier to see for me from this side. And I'm gonna fix my focus because we were looking at really close-up stuff before. And I want you to be able to see this as well as I do. I think that's pretty good. Fix the focus. Yeah, there we go, nice and sharp. Okay. Okay. I was gonna be so mad if my like solder was hooked under it in some way and I knocked the whole thing. It doesn't really matter actually that much if it's perfectly centered. I am curious. I know that I have some USB-C cables that would not be able to make this clearance. Like it's really close to the PCB there, so I kind of wonder if like there's some way to deal with that. I'm just gonna put a big pad of solder on here, and again, this is the ground pad, so I'm gonna try and get it close. You know what? I should just put the solder on first, and then slide the thing into place. So I'm gonna keep this molten. I'm gonna try and like just move this. Oh, this would be way easier with leaded solder, but you know what? I love a challenge. Oh no, I need some flux. Do I have any right here? Oh dear, we are struggling. Oh no. What have I done with my flux? You know what? It doesn't have to line up with the through holes. It just has to be able to touch those contacts. Okay, we're still good. We're still good. uh, gotta take a break to laugh so I don't knock this whole thing off course. Okay, it's a delicate operation, folks, but I think we've got it. Making sure to actually heat up the castellated contact now. Okay, get that in contact with the giant sort of blob on the PCB. Come on. I know you can do it. You gotta encourage it. Right into the join there. Do it. Do it. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna. I shouldn't be doing this with my fingers, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Also, actually, you know, only one of these has to even make contact because they're both positive connections. That looks like a mess. That looks like a mess and a half. But you know what? I bet you it's gonna work anyway. Oh yes, Hexor says. I'd imagine for a large surface area like that, a flathead solder iron tip would make it easier. That is true. They do have those for this for this kit as well. But I actually got this kit right as it came out, which means that they didn't yet have the tips only became available in October, and so I haven't gotten around to ordering the other tips yet. They do exist on the iFixit site, but I have been too lazy to acquire them. But you're totally right. Now let's get this out of here. Okay, all right. Dealing with my headphone cable also flipping out at me. Here we go. This is horrible. This is a horrible angle. Why am I doing this? There we go. That looks nice. I'll do the other side too for stability. The other side looks a little pretty misaligned, but it's still overlapping. Get some thermal contact in there. Get this in the join. Just slob a bunch on there. Get it in there. Are you doing the thing? Yes, I can see it sort of like falling down into the joint. I might end up with a blob on the other side, actually. Gravity. We'll see. All right. All right. So we've got an on-off switch, which is currently set to on. I'm going to turn it to off for the dramatic effect. We'll see how it goes. I'm pretty confident, but that might be misplaced. Again, this is my biggest concern, is that my USB-C cable may not be able to actually make that that connection because of the tight fit, but we'll see. We have another like clap your hands if you believe in fairies moment here. I'm just wrangling a USB-C cable over to here. Actually, you know what? This looks like it'll work. A little multimeter time would be good now. Yeah, but we're just gonna YOLO it. Okay, it's plugged in. What are the truth? Yes! Told you. Yeah. Awesome. This is great. This works awesome. Lee. I can't leave uh, oh my gosh. Brain is dying. Um, beautiful. Beautiful. Look at it go. I love the different expressions on these. Honestly, my favorite is the little like angry smiley thundercloud. It just looks so mischievous and delighted, but I also love this one. So these have like a little flashing circuit embedded inside the LED. So it's just doing its own little thing in there, and that's why they're all on different schedules, which I think makes it look cuter and more sort of like snow-like and random. Very cool. Look how shiny that hassle coating is. I can wave to you in it. Wow. That's so cute. Ah! That's the other cool thing about hardware is that you can kind of just like, as long as you know what forces you're dealing with, you can kind of YOLO it. Although again with the radio stuff, maybe not, but LEDs, sure. It is so fun. I agree. We got some cool stuff. You go. ESP Home rocks. I'm curious, did I bring that up to someone else? I'll be soldering with you as well. Soldering a Cutie Pie ESP32S3 from Adafruit to connect a temp sensor for an addition to my ESP Home setup. Very cool. I gotta check out, Home Assistant. I hear lots of good stuff. Also Matter, but ESP Home sounds really useful as well. Love the Cutie Pie series. They are so, well, adorable, obviously, for one thing. But, anything with like MicroPython and CircuitPython makes me. I love that that's the way that things are going these days. Okay, so we have one more thing to solder because I apparently I do have nothing better to do tonight. This is the best thing that I could be doing tonight. I'm really enjoying this, so hang out with me if you like. We'll solder some more stuff. We've got this fireplace simulacra kit that I showed earlier, which is this like cigarette carton style enclosure, but way cooler because it's got circuits in it. And again, I think this was given to me by the creator, and I think that uh, it was Mike's Electric Stuff who introduced me to them at SuperCon a couple of years ago. But I could be making that up. Stylish and playful LED accent lighting. Ha! Adore it. Let's get this out of here and see what all is inside the kit. Haha! Oh, dude, it comes with the 9-volt battery. No way! So this is from Banana Design Lab. I looked at their website and it has these same cool clouds on there. I'll pull that up in a second. High-tech design to entertain the soul by Yuri Gitman, founder and designer. You can check that out. Very cool. It's taken me like over a year to get to this one, but here we go. We've got oh, is it all already soldered? Oh, I thought it was a kit. I'm not even gonna solder this one. It's all, this one, it seems to be all surface mount. So I'm gonna turn my soldering iron off. It's quite safe in its little holder, but we don't want to waste the battery. All right, cool. Check it out. So we're gonna plug it in though. I love this design with 9-volt batteries because the connectors are so beefy that you can just use them as the stand for the PCB art piece, which I adore PCB art, and this is really interesting actually. And I love that it's been around for a while and you've got some cool stuff in here. Now it looks like these are side-mounted LEDs. So they're like spewing out light in these directions. They've each got a little resistor. You got your 9-volt connectors. You got on-off switch. You got a little transistor here. U2. This is U1. It seems to be a chip, and it is all covered over in a an obscuring dot, which really makes me want to like really makes me want to bust out like some kind of device and try to figure out what it is. But for now, we're just gonna hook it up and see what happens. Go in there. There we are. This is a really, I wonder how those are connected to the board itself. Look at that go. Again, I love what about this kit that or this board, that it is both a little retro TV set and a flickering little fire. Can you see it flickering in the camera there? I think so. Look how gorgeous. This is such a cozy and cute little design. More exposed solder. Love that. I love how bright these are too. Like, it really sort of shows up well on the camera. This would be a really adorable little nightlight. And you know what? These do have little candle flicker circuits inside them too, I think. Unless maybe that's got to be what the chip's for. Unless it's like a no, maybe one of these other things is a level converter. I don't know. Are these in series? No, they're in parallel too. I'm really curious. Must be a level converter, because otherwise they'd each be getting 9 volts, and that's probably not the case. All right, so that is that concludes our unboxings for this Mailbox Monday. Again, if you've been a long-time watcher, you may remember back in the day I used to do a ton of Mailbox Mondays. I'm thinking about bringing it back. It'd be really cool. But check out how cute this is, and check out our adorable little 5-volt compatible, USB-C compatible snow cloud as well. It's kind of a perfect pairing for a cozy evening. So next winter, maybe if you're looking for gifts for people, you can give them both a crackling hearth fire. Maybe if you had to add a third thing, maybe add like a little crackling fire sound effect. Then you got your little chilly snow guy, and it'd be so nice. It's still snowing in some places. You could still make this happen for yourself. I believe in you. And they kind of match too. Too nice. Let's have a look at the comments and make sure we cover everything before I sign off. Let's see. ESP Home with over-the-air code updates makes it so easy. We got some cute little emoji. I was surprised with the amount of legwork required to get started with ESP Home, but after that initial roadblock, it is really nice. They used to call that potting compound. I forget which thing it was. Potting compound. That's not flux, right? Oh, this stuff, duh. I've potted circuits before, literally, in like a resin. But I guess that's probably the potting compound that Pat is referring to. This little stuff. Yeah, right? Oh yeah, I was curious about how these 9-volt connectors are mounted to the PCB, because that's got to be a really strong mechanical connection. I'm afraid that I'm gonna mess this up. And 9 volts are not rechargeable mostly. You certainly would probably have to unplug it first. And so this has to be able to withstand like multiple pluggings and unpluggings of a very strenuous nature. So check out those giant globs of solder on there. If it's good enough to be shipped out as part of a product, it is good enough for me. Anyway, super cute. And I can just love that there's an on-off switch though, so you reduce the amount of strain on that over time. So cute. Nice fireplace. What a nice board! Yeah, absolutely. Snow and fireplace. Thank you all for joining. This is just such a delight. Really chill way to start off the week. Opening up some stuff, soldering some simple little kits together. What else did we solder? Oh, we didn't solder anything else, but we did take a look at the Anwar series from Chipperdoodles, which you can follow on Crowd Supply and will be launching soon. And that includes these swappable plates on the amulet, which is so beautiful. I love this. I love this stuff. Here are our 3 things from today, our little blinkies and stuff. Thanks again for joining. If you have a beautiful rest of your week. And as always, hack on.